Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer, and we are returning to a Let's Play of War in the West, where we're setting up our air campaign here against Germany. So, we are trying to bomb Stettin, and that is going to be very exciting, because this is the first time that we are sending in a couple of escort fighters here in the form of the Mosquito Night Fighters. These guys are actually supposed to be fighting, well, you guessed it, during the night, but they do have the best range, so let's see whether they will be successful in supporting the missions over here. I'm very intrigued to see how well that is going to go. We are also trying to attack the car manufacturing city down here, the Ford Motor Works in Cologne. At the same time, we are bombing, I think in Eindhoven, there's another small car factory there. I did set up 2 more attacks down here, so that is 2 attacks on airfields here by our tactical bombers. So especially by the 9th Air Force up there and by the 2nd Royal Air Force Tactical Squadron down here. So these guys are now trying to strike there, and I think that's going to be okay. Yeah. So yeah, let's roll with that. I did go ahead and rearrange a couple of things here, just minor stuff. There's one thing I do want to do though, and that is up over here in terms of, I think it must be down here somewhere. Yeah. So one of the things I noticed in between episodes is if we do have a look here at the production screen, and have a look at the sort of deficit of planes that we currently have and compare that to the pool of aircrafts that we've got, you can see that there's a slight shortfall in the Warhawk maybe. We've got 47 in reserves, and we only have 44 that are being readied at the same time. But you know what? I think that's going to be okay. We have 20 factories working on that. But up over here, there's an issue with the P-47C Thunderbolt, and that is we only have 28 of these guys left. We do have a shortfall of 36, so I think it would be a good time to maybe switch out one of our 3 squadrons over here to the slightly more modern version, and I think that is going to be fine, and that is indeed what we're going to do over here. So let's pick one of these guys. You know what? These guys might be fine, and you are going to be shifted over here towards the next model. We've got enough of these guys, so I think that's going to be perfectly fine. That does mean that these guys will not be able to fly this time around, but you know what, that is going to be fine. And you are going to try to get the drop tanks here. Yeah, that's going to work out next time though, and we will have them ready then, and I think that is perfectly fine. Good. So that does settle the setup over here. We have got the air superiority. Let's see whether that is going to work. Also, last time around, our brave paratroopers down here did hold up and did hold back the Germans. So that, I think, is extremely nice to see that we have got these guys. So we will be trying to break through over here, and we have set up quite a couple of air directives in this region, as you can see. We've got air superiority flying over here. We've got recon. We've got ground attack by the Tactical Air Force. Now, I did split these up. We've got the Tactical Air Force, and these guys are flying mostly our 2-engine bombers. So these are level bombers that are flying a little bit higher, escorted here by Air Cobras. And then what else have we got? We've got the direct specific ground attack down here. So these guys, these guys up here are doing interdiction missions. These guys here are directly attacking these units in these hexes, and these guys have mostly the 1-engine bombers. Now, a couple of these guys are out of range, and I think that is something that we would want to shift over here. So let's actually grab these guys over here. Let's clear all filters there. That should be okay. And then I really want to have a look at the Typhoons over here. So these guys here from 12th Airborne. So you guys, I think, should be able to get over here a little bit more. Let's get you guys into the air bases over here to make sure that you're a little bit closer to target. So let's select all of these guys and let's fly. Where exactly do we want to fly? So we've got about 45 or so Typhoons down here, and that is 25% of capabilities. So yeah, I think just getting all of you over here would still be fine. So yeah, let's send all of you over here, and that is indeed fine. Yeah, 67% of capacity, so we can even send like 60 more guys over there, and that is going to be fine. So yeah, let's grab a couple of these guys. That does mean that we are stretching maybe our supply limit here a little bit, but you know what, I think it's going to be okay. And you guys can probably actually go down here, right? There's no damage to this airbase, and we do have some air bases over here, so I think that's going to be perfectly alright. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so let's select all of these Typhoons and make sure that we are getting all of these guys here on the island. Now that will definitely stretch the air bases there, but you know what, I think it's going to be okay. We've also got a couple of units over here, Nighthawks, Hurricanes, so Warhawks, Hurricanes and all of that. What are you part of? You are currently part of 12 Tactical. Okay, you know what? I think we should also try to send you up a little bit to the front line here. Yeah, let's grab you as well because the airfield here is a little bit overloaded. Well, you know what? Let's actually select these Hurricanes here. I think these guys are fine. And let's bring you over here. And I think that is going to be okay. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. So let's see what is going to happen with the air superiority missions over here. And whether or not our attacks are going to be successful. Especially the attack on their oil fields are of course going to be extremely interesting over here. And you can see our losses are piling up, which is not looking good. But then again, this is a very aggressive turn where we are very aggressively trying to push. Especially in Sicily, we're trying to push up very hard against the Germans that are down there, and that we hopefully want to reduce a little bit in their capabilities before we strike next time, because we really do need to come over to the rescue of these paratroopers and make sure that these guys are being supported over there. Nevertheless, these kind of losses do hurt, so let's have a look at how things are going. So let's start out just from the top over here. We've got Fighter Command flying just a couple of air combat missions over the Netherlands. We're losing 2 aircraft, they're losing 3. Really nothing to write home about. I'm not really sure that this is something that we want to keep up. Then we've got Bomber Command, that is nice. So you guys are striking Cologne. We've got a recon mission over here on Cologne. We're losing 2 aircraft. They are... What on earth is going on over here? We've got a recon mission. We've got a recon mission here over Cologne. Not sure why that is counting for that. And then we've got an air combat down here, which seems to be related to that, but I don't see why it is. These guys are flying down here. This is multi-air command, and this is definitely not multi-air command. Really weird. I don't know why the game thinks that these things should be connected. But we are seeing that quite a couple of bombers here are being shot down, and I wonder why that is. So that is just... Yeah, you guys are trying to bomb, and we've got all of these Spitfires flying patrol missions. Interesting. Interesting. I'm really not sure why that is counting. Ooh, look at that. That's a lot of aircraft over here. Yeah, but they are losing quite a bit there, so... That is definitively interesting. Okay, wrong screen over here. Which one was it? I thought Shifty. Yeah, it is. Seems to be Shifty. Okay, weird glitch over here. Nevertheless, yeah, we are scouting them out. That's not a big issue here. If we are looking at the attack on Cologne itself, we've got the vehicle yards here. This is the factory use. So we're doing about 29% of damage. 35, 40. Yeah, honestly, that's not looking too bad. We are losing quite a couple of aircraft though, specifically a lot of bombers over here. I'm on the fence whether that was a good attack here or not. What did we lose our guys to though? Mostly Ops or AA. So we've got the BF-109s coming in here, and they are really doing the damage over here against our Wellingtons and all of that. So yeah, it is still their night fighters doing all of the damage. That is unfortunate. But there's not much that we can do about that. Okay, then we've got another strategic recon over here. Ooh, this is not good. We're losing 3 aircraft over here. Yeah, so these guys are being intercepted on their way in. And these are the Spitfires. So I think they're coming in low. That's why this might be... Yeah, look at that. So they are coming in quite low at 12,000 feet. And that is why these guys can pounce on them when they're coming in at 16,000. So that is leading to some of these losses here. Not a big issue, but not ideal either. Most importantly, though, I'm interested in what's going on here. So let's look at the situation over here. And this is already pretty... So, okay. We are doing a lot of damage over here. I mean, these factories have been basically reduced to nothing, but look at the losses. I mean, this is 20 aircraft down, 24, 26, 27. This is so that's really 45 aircraft down. Oh my god. Yeah, that is 45 bombs down and 20 escorts. On the other hand, we have also destroyed 20 German fighters, which is nice. But man, oh man, what were our losses? Ops losses. Ops losses are typically something I find that is due to air combat that happened at some point earlier. Yeah, you were being intercepted again and again. So yeah, we've got you guys coming in here. A lot of BF-109s, more BF-109s from a different group. You're doing some damage here, and I think that accumulates to these operational losses later on. More BF-109s, BF-109s all the way. You are scoring a kill over here. Yeah, and again. And again. And then once we are over the city, all of these things do accumulate to getting just going down. A lot of fortresses, a couple of thunderbolts, interestingly, and one B-24. Tough. On the other hand, a couple of these aircrafts are being lost as well, as they are sort of limping home. So that's discouraging. But it is a major target, and we do hope to kick the Germans out of the war by that. So yeah, I think that might be okay. Did we lose any recon craft? Yeah, a couple. What were you guys flying? You're flying the F5 Lightning. What are we losing you to? Ops losses? Ops and AA? Yeah. Yeah, so again you were intercepted before by the BF-109s. That is discouraging, but still. Okay, I mean we did take them out. So how did our tactical strikes fare over here? So specifically the ground attack and of course the recon. Recon seems to be more or less fine. I'm not sure why we had so many aircraft here. Why did we have bombers flying something during the air recon phase? Mustangs. Okay, sometimes the game just really likes to gather different things into this. Alright, nevertheless, we've got the ground attack over here. Ooh. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. Okay, so our attacks here on the airfield do present quite a bit of a downer, so to say. So yeah, the air losses here, we've got just 2 F1 Fokker Wolves here. I mean, there were obviously more than 2, but Jesus, look at that. These 12 guys have 12 kills here. And they are shooting down our mosquitoes. 5 Mitchells lost over here. This is pretty drastic. Did you have specific loadouts or something? We don't know. We don't know whether they had any specific loadouts. But man, that's harsh. 11 aircraft down for the loss of just 2 on their side. And once we do bomb the airfield, do they take any losses? Yeah, just a little bit though. So yeah, that my friends is definitely not worthwhile. These trades are not gonna be acceptable. Did the Americans fare any better? Yeah, they lost a couple of recon aircraft. That's not a big surprise. But more importantly over here, harsh losses, my friends. Bomb City fuel. Oh no, sorry, that's the 9th. The 8th. The 9th did seem to be doing a little bit better over here. So look at that. So a couple of German fighters shot down. That's nice. I don't think that's too bad. Did you lose them when you... Were they ground losses? Yeah, so we did kill a couple of their aircrafts on the ground. Interesting that the Marauders were successful in that, but the British were not. So that's quite interesting. We do need to check that out in a bit more detail, I think. See what's going on that makes these runs here a little bit more successful than the other ones. Yet again, they are being lost on the ground. That's interesting. Even though we did have some air combat before. And again, they are flying just a little bit higher than we are. Interesting to see that the Spitfires here really weren't that effective. So the sweepers did get engaged a little bit. But these guys over here really did not do too well. You were a little bit low as well. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, the Fokker Wolves are quite tough aircraft though. Alright, so that basically settles Europe, I think. There's not much more to do over there. And then we've got these guys down here in Malta Air Command. We've got a couple of interdiction missions here by the air superiority mission. Again, that seems a little bit awkward. But yeah, we are shooting down quite a couple of the aircraft. This one here, it seems to be a little bit of a failure. Where we are flying without escort? No, we are not flying without escort. So why do we take these dramatic casualties here? These Spitfires should have dived down on these guys, but evidently they were not doing that well. Okay, they were only sort of over here because they were flying air superiority. They were not here as part of an escort of these guys. So that's why these guys probably got in on our bombers and did ravage them, really. Yeah, so that one not very successful. On the other hand, some of the other ones are doing a little bit better, I think, so that might be okay. How did our Strategic Air Force in the south fare? So we have two setups over here. We've got one down there, and we've got one over here, so where we are trying to bomb Foggia. Obviously, you were being intercepted while you were coming in, but it didn't seem to be going too bad. But also, of course, while you're flying out, but... Oh, look at that. 7 Italian aircraft shot down. Well, that's nice. And then we've got Foggia itself. So just an observation, of course, in the first couple of days. Then we've got the bombardment here of the airfield. And it looks like they are losing a couple of Junkers here on the ground. So that's nice. But it's more or less... It doesn't really happen that often. We only destroyed 3 aircraft on the ground, really, here. So, and down here, how did it go over here? So we've got observation, observation. Yeah, we're losing a couple of aircraft to that though, so that's not nice. What did we lose these 3 aircraft to? Is that sort of accumulated losses? Yeah, ops losses, so... Probably just accumulated. So, here we go. This is the first bombardment, and they are losing a single aircraft on the ground, whereas we are losing 2 in the air. So, honestly... This time they're losing 3, so that's a little bit better. We're losing only Warhawk, so that's actually kind of nice. This one I'm going to take any day. Although, destroying them on the ground, this one is also not doing too badly. So why is that? Why are we so much more successful down here and not up here? Even though these guys were bombers, they should have been a little bit more difficult, really, to hit. So, oh sorry, these guys should have been a little bit more easy to hit. Now, it might be because we have Air Recon 17 over here. What have we got down here? Is that it? No, it's just much worse. Interesting to see that. Very interesting to see. I'm going to be very intrigued to see how this ground attack compared to the other one. These were the B-24s, these are B-17s. Which are of course flying in for much further distance, and there are a lot more intercepts that they can use. But yeah, okay, fine. Right, what else have we got? We've got the guys down here mainly, so that's the Tactical Air Force. You guys were flying quite a lot of missions here to interdict, and you were taking quite a bit of damage in doing so. I think this one we've seen before. Yeah, a lot of casualties being inflicted here on our aircraft, and that is mostly due to the fact that they are still flying quite a couple of aircraft over here. So I think the issue is that we really didn't defend enough there, so we really do need to make sure that we are using escort fighters in this type of battles. I thought we had done so sufficiently, but yeah, you see, once we have 60 escort fighters, they are the ones losing aircraft. Nevertheless, we are interdicting a little bit, so that's nice to see. And then we also should have the 12th Tactical Air Command. No, I thought the 12th... Yeah, 12th Tactical Air Command. Okay, yeah, we've got the ground attack mission over here. Okay, look at this. This seems to be going on a lot better. So we are doing quite a bit of damage here to these units and losing not that many aircrafts. Interesting to see that, you know, we are coming in with more than 100 aircraft typhoons mostly. We are taking some casualties here from the flag, but we are definitely also disrupting. Who are you actually attacking? That looks like you're attacking AEA guns. I'm not sure that's what you were supposed to do really, but you know what? Okay, fine. Up over here, what have we got over here? So ground losses. Yeah, that's more like it. That's at least an Italian proper unit there, so that's good to see. Alright, okay. I think that does settle all of our air attacks really. There's not that much more that we do want to check, so I think that's fine. Yeah. So let's look at the situation then on the ground. We are of course going to turn this on over here so that we can see what's going on. Don't need to really consider the United Kingdom, so that's fine. Yeah, so really we've got 3 enemy pockets here on Sicily. We've got one in the very east over here with these guys, and that's going to be alright. Now you guys could advance over here and then maybe start pushing up against these guys. That's fine, but I think we do need to start out with this one that we have cut into 2 here, because we do have some air support and I do want to use that for this properly. Right, you guys have got tanks and are just generally quite strong. You guys are from the 13th Corps, you guys are mostly from the 13th. So we have 2 options here. You see this big volcano here sort of in the middle of their lines. We do need to link up with our troops. Now we could try to push through here. The difficulty in that would be that there are some fights to be had, but mostly these guys are not very strong. So I think that might be okay. This guy over here, even though it's just a brigade, these guys are sitting in level 2 fortification. So, and it's rough. So pushing through here might be, it's a lot shorter, but it just might not be, it might be a lot more difficult. So I think what we're going to do over here is we're first going to try to attack with these 2 divisions over here. So have we got anyone over here? Now I don't want to use the tanks, I don't want to use you guys. So that's 3 divisions. Let's do a deliberate attack here with 3 divisions, see whether that is going to do us any good. So let's pause. The defending forces are holding, but their fortifications do get reduced. That's nice. We're not getting any air support here, which is slightly concerning. I would have expected we do. We are losing, of course, a couple of things there, but overall, at least, we are reducing their fortifications significantly here. So I think what we can do is try to attack again with these guys over here and do another deliberate attack from this side, and that might be good enough. Yes, indeed, they are retreating over here because their fortifications are being reduced, and they are now over here, are they? Yes, they are. So that's very nice. So we have got this over here. I do want to check out briefly just how this went in detail. So the first attack here was enough to reduce that. How much did we lose? How much did they lose? So can we see that actually? So ground combat damage dealt, or is that damage? Yeah, seems to be. Yeah, these Stugs are quite powerful. On the other hand, we are at least pushing through, so that's nice. Okay, fine. So let's get rid of this. I think I would like to move. Okay, so here we go. These guys have basically exhausted all of their movement points. Now, pushing up with these guys is going to be fine. Specifically, I think I would like to move up with the Canadian Infantry Division over here. This is going to cost us a little bit because we do need to make contact with the enemy over here. But I would like to push out of the way this Panzer Grenadier Division here, or this part of the Panzer Grenadier Division. So we're going to do a deliberate attack over here on these guys. They are retreating. That's fantastic to see. We are using a lot of planes this time, so that's also very nice. And we have at least established somewhat of a corridor here to our men. And we could go through that, but you can see just how much it would cost us to go over here. And we could not actually reinforce themselves. We could only link up there. So I would ideally like to push up a little bit more over here. Now we've got a couple of troops down here, don't we? So these are all just building troops. That's fine. You guys could get over here with 7 units, with 7 steps left. We've got some tanks down here, 28. That's looking promising. You guys also 7. Now, you've got quite a high attack value here of 19. So I think if we're bringing in you guys over here, and then going to use all of you guys here to do a deliberate attack against these guys, we might have a chance of pushing them out. Let's try to see. Oh no, they are holding. They are holding. We don't have any air forces here. They are losing quite a couple of tanks though. We are losing some, but they are really losing quite a bit there. So yeah, but our combat attack here gets reduced because we are fighting against into rough terrain. Now they are a little bit disrupted now, so that's great. Question is, do we pull back with our... No, you can't even pull back. Okay, so we just might as well attack again. We can't do a deliberate attack. Let's do a hasty one. The enemy troops here were scouted. That's not really doing anything for us. How much do we have in terms of recon? 11 over here. Okay, can we do one last attack here? Yeah, the defending forces are holding, so we're really not making any progress here. Yeah, and that's mostly due to the rough terrain there, so... Yeah, it just doesn't seem like we are capable of pushing them out of there, so what we could do then is... I think we need to move these troops through here into this gap. I really would like to push them out. Now we could send further troops into here and have them support that attack. The big issue is if we have got 3 troops over here and we cannot attack or we cannot win, we cannot move through our other troops. So at that point it really gets tough to justify not linking up to our troops. I think let's not take undue risks over here when we're going to send in the tanks first, and that's fine. And then we're going to send you up here and then attack with everyone who can in sort of a hasty attack over here. Yeah, they are still holding out, so that was a good decision that we didn't go into too quickly there. Yeah, so you're fine. You could have supported that, but I don't think that's very worthwhile. So yeah, you're fine where you are, I think. We could attack over here. So this rough terrain? Yes, it is. So yeah, at the very least we have linked up, so that's very nice to see. Let's actually check on these guys over here and assign some support. And I would very much like to assign some artillery, some tanks over here, so that these guys can stand their ground a little bit better. I don't think we can assign more than 1 unit here, but you know what, I think this is going to be great. Yeah, so that should enable them to hold out quite a bit better, so that I think is going to be nice. Can I assign anything to you? Just other stuff? Armored Brigade, field, self-propelled field artillery. Yeah, you know what, I think I'm going to take these guys. And let's take some Royal Engineers here. Do we want to attack? I don't know. It seems to be a bit too hasty, honestly. So let's pull up you guys. You cannot possibly go through here. No, you cannot. Okay, fine. You can move up towards over here. That's nice. Let's support you over there. You guys can go there as well. So we do have quite a couple of forces over here now. And I think you could attack against this Italian stack here. And you should do that fairly easily. Let's try a hasty attack over here. We are using quite a couple of aircrafts over here. They are being reduced. I think it's going relatively well actually for us here. So let's try that again. See whether they are being reduced over here. No, but honestly these kinds of losses are favoring us. So, well, this time not so much. Still, I think we are making a little bit more progress than they are. So I'm going to count that as a win. Let's move up over here with this little guy, just to sort of support this flank, and that's going to be fine. You guys can't really move through there. That's going to be alright as well. And yeah, that basically settles everything over here. You guys could shift around a little bit there. Well, that's interesting, but do we need to do that? You could do a hasty attack against these guys so that maybe they are a little bit more... have less capabilities of attacking over there. It's Especially if we could push them back, then I very much doubt that they could attack us again. But yeah, you know what, let's wait over there. Right, you guys, let's try to do a deliberate attack over here with you guys. Defending forces are holding out. We are losing a couple of tanks. They are losing quite a couple of tanks though too, so yeah, let's do a deliberate attack here with everyone. And now they are retreating, which is fantastic and nice. Can we move in now with anyone really, please? Yeah, you guys can move in. You guys can at least support that. We've got still the parachutists over here. Now, you guys, could you attack? You could. But again, with these guys being in fortifications and in the mountains, I don't think that's very useful. But it is nice to pin them in a little bit more there. So yeah, I think that's great. Up over here, we can move you guys here closer to Palermo. Let's sort of encircle Palermo. Let's try to get a deliberate attack from this side. I think that's fine. You guys over here. Now, let's try to do an attack over here. Defending forces are holding out, so that's not great. Let's try that again. 2.6 it was last time. Yeah, it is going down, but not quite as fast as I would have hoped. So let's do another attack over here. This time they are retreating. That's fantastic to see. Let's do another attack over here, and they are routed, which I think should mean that they are killed. But I can't find any evidence of that. Well, that's peculiar. Okay, let's move you up over here. Let's get you into there, and then let's see whether we can do a deliberate attack on these guys over here. I would just love to get that harbour, but I just can't seem to get that. Okay, so it's basically down to this armoured division over here. They are holding out. They are holding out here. And they're getting stronger. Yeah, nevertheless, I do think we are making some progress here, so that's nice. Let's get these guys off their ships and let's start building up the railroad infrastructure in this direction here at the very least. Doesn't get us far, but that's going to be okay. We've got still got you guys. So ideally I would like to build up a little bit further to the north here. Even though I kind of doubt whether we will get far. We could only basically get up to here. Of course we could start building around over here, but again that's not going to be that useful. So we could get over here and start building in this direction or that direction, but you know what, we might as well go over here and start building sort of a network that way, and I think that is going to be alright, so that we have some capabilities here of shifting our troops and more importantly our supplies here from these harbours that are still operational, and that should be nice. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Good. You guys can also get off the ships over here, and I think I should have done that earlier so that we are getting some support here for these guys, but you know what, that's going to be okay. The 5th US Army. Now you guys have some troops over here. You've also got some headquarters. No, you've just got the headquarters over there and there. You know what, I don't think you should actually be part of the 5th Army. I think you guys should be part of the 8th British Army. And that basically deals with that very nicely, I think. Yeah. Good. Yeah, so that's still within your command capabilities, and you're now a little bit more focused on these guys over here, which is fantastic. Okay, you guys can also still move about it a little bit. So let's keep you over here. You know what? We may be just pushing through over there. Some of these guys are starting to suffer a little bit of supply issues. That is unfortunate, but what can we do, yeah? Well, how's the port looking over here? We are repairing that. Priority 3. I think priority 4 would be a little bit better. And what about over here? So you guys should all be 3. Yeah, I think that's fine. So that we are pushing up supplies over here towards this area, and we can maybe hold out there a little bit more. I think that would be fantastic. Good, I like it. That does basically settle all of this. Don't think we need to move that many units around. I do want to move some of the air headquarters up and all of that, but you know what, I can do that off screen. But I do want to show you guys the fighting, so I think that's going to be alright. You guys should also move up over here to Sicily, I think. So yeah, in fact, let's do send you over here. We are probably going to lose more units towards to naval stuff, but you know what? At this point, yeah, another one. 600 men lost there. That is harsh, but at some point, you know what? I think we can't really do anything against that. So yeah, I'm going to move around a couple of these units down here, but most importantly, I'm very excited to see what the Germans are going to do next time around when they are trying to attack over here. Probably, can they break out? Can we lock this place in? I don't know yet, but I'm very intrigued. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like and all of that, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.